Let's start with our first news. Jorge Masvidal believes Max Holloway is a bad matchup for Conor as UFC 329 return talk heats up. He says it's a really tough fight for Conor, but a great opportunity for Max Holloway, adding that many fans are already debating the matchup. Masvidal also hints he should have been the one facing Conor, saying Conor knows he would bring the heat in that kind fight. Chael Sonnen wants a different direction for Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz rematch discussion. He suggests Perry should instead face Masvidal, calling it a strong stylistic matchup if the rematch does not happen. He explains that Perry kept pressure in his recent fights, and the Nate Diaz clash delivered a wild street fight atmosphere. Sonnen adds that both fighters are fan favorites, making matchmaking more complicated because fans never want either side to lose badly. He notes the fight had blood action and intensity, but still left both men standing, which made it feel like a true scrap rather than a one-sided beatdown. Sonnen praises Perry's strategy, saying it was something rarely seen in modern combat sports, and gives him credit for the performance. Overall, he believes the Perry versus Diaz fight was highly entertaining and delivered exactly what fans expected from two durable warriors in the cage. He also mentions that matchmaking such fights is difficult because popularity plays a major role in deciding future opponents in the division. Still, he remains interested in seeing how Conor returns and whether a massive showdown will happen in the near future. The discussion continues to build anticipation among fans across the MMA world as potential fights are being lined up for major events ahead. Everyone awaits official announcements regarding Conor Holloway and Masvidal involvement in upcoming UFC cards soon. Move on to another news. After his corner stoppage loss to Mike Perry, Nate Diaz fired back at fans, telling him to retire. He pushed back strongly, responding to criticism online and saying that people are too quick to judge fighters after one bad night in the cage. You should hang him up, he said in frustration, adding that he just fought the most violent mother rucker in the division, right? Theirs may be, I just need to run a little harder next time and get the job done. And if it, then you should hang him up here. Repeated, emphasizing that fighters cannot always perform perfectly under pressure. Maybe I just don't fight the most violent. Maybe I just fight the second most violent. Continued explaining that competition at this level is always unpredictable, people, just like maybe I'm retired, here's my glove in the cage. Head dead, referencing how fans often rush to retirement, talk after losses, but Diaz made it clear he's not interested in that narrative, at least not based on one fight outcome, and believes his fighting career still has more moments left to deliver inside the cage, continuing to respond directly to criticism with confidence and attitude. He also pointed out that every fighter experiences setbacks, and that one performance does not define an entire career, especially in a sport as brutal and competitive as mixed martial arts. According to Diaz, the fight against Mike Perry was intense from start to finish, with both fighters exchanging heavy shots and pushing the pace until the stoppage. He described it as aerial war where neither competitor backed down, and said that moments like that are exactly what fans come to see when they tune into May events, despite the loss. Diaz maintained that he still feels confident in his abilities and remains focused on improving his performance. Rather than listening to outside noise about retirement talk, he emphasized that criticism is part of the game and that fighters must learn to deal with public opinion, whether it is positive or negative. Diaz concluded by reinforcing his mindset that he will decide his own future inside the sport and not let fans or critics dictate when he should walk away. He said that as long as he feels competitive and motivated, he will continue fighting at a high level and delivering exciting performances for the fans who continue to support him throughout his career. Regardless of outcomes or criticism received after each fight, and that determination remains unchanged moving forward. He remains focused on future challenges and upcoming opportunities in MMA competition. Move on to another news. Daniel Cormier reacted to Nate Diaz's loss to Mike Perry. Daniel Cormier and Nate have traded shots back and forth over the years. Beak revealed that the two recently spoke privately and were able to somewhat make amends. Yeah, where him like, well, maybe Nate can actually turn you into some top position or something. But bro, he was just out. He was just beat up in every situation. And it was so surprising, right? And everybody is like, Nate Diaz got beat. Deke look at that like you want to dance on his grave. And him like, well, this isn't funny to me, because honestly his poke to Nate last week. Manda discussed a lot of the things that we people say that we might not see eye to eye on, and Nate's actually, he's an alright guy. But it just didn't seem like he had anything for Perry, and I still don't understand why people keep taking Perry as if he's some sort of joke when he just keeps beating people up in bare knuckle. Bro, he hurted Die Alvarez bad, he hurt Luke bad, like Hess still fighting at a decently high level, and it's housed that he is not someone to be overlooked in these fights, and people sometimes underestimate the pressure he brings into the cage. said that the performance from Nate just didn't show the same kind of answers in every exchange, and Perry was able to control the pace from start to finish. Headed that fans should not rush to conclusions about fighters' careers based on a single fight because the sport is unpredictable and anything can happen at any moment. He also mentioned that respect between fighters is often overlooked in online reactions and that his recent private conversation with Nate helped clear some misunderstandings between them. Overall, he believes Nate is still a tough competitor despite these setbacks, and that Perry continues to prove himself against high-level opposition in both MMA and bare-knuckle competition. Dees emphasized that critics often forget how dangerous Perry has become in recent years and how quickly momentum can shift in combat sports. She finished by saying that fights like these should be viewed with perspective rather than judgment, and that both athletes deserve recognition for stepping into tough matchups and putting on competitive performances for fans around the world, and the sport continues to evolve with every fight, showing new levels of intensity, skill, and respect among athletes in every single matchup inside the cage world today, always. Move on to another news. Last night, Dana White announced Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway during Francis Ngannou walkout after knocking out Philippe Lind. Francis was asked about this at the post-fight press conference. During your walkout, Dana White went live on Instagram and announced Conor McGregor's return. Did you realize that or no, and how do you feel about it? And what the do have to do with that? And so I should stop my workout. And look what is going on with no people during the week. We're saying that he was going to announce it during the, Brooke. Let's move on. Life goes on. I'm doing my stuff. I'm doing good. I have no problem. Everybody can do whatever he wants. What happened? Dan it weeded me in human life. But Namsek McGregor was back. Oh, hello, the cokehead is back. Nice. Yeah, that's cool, bro. Cool. Yeah, drop it during our event. Doesn't matter. That just show press. They are little insecure boys trying to piggyback off of our event and try to put some news over top of yous. It's not going to work. Buddy Francis Ngannou responded calmly, saying he was focused on his own moment and performance rather than outside drama. Hexby laned that during a fight week, his attention is locked in on preparation and execution. According to Francis, the announcement had no impact on his mindset or performance. Head did that hair specs the business side of MMA, but does not get distracted by media moves. Fans online reacted strongly to the timing of Dana White's announcement during the walkout. Some called it disrespectful, while others said it was normal. UFC promotion strategy. Francis remained unbothered and focused on his post-fight goals. She stated that his career is about legacy and consistency rather than social media moments. The heavyweight champion emphasized discipline and respect for competition. He concluded that no external noise will affect his journey inside the sport. Francis said he will continue training hard and preparing for future fights. He noted that distractions like this are part of modern MMA till he chooses to stay locked in on his own path. Their action from fans continues to grow across social platforms as debates spark about timing and respecting combat sports. Francis remains steady in his approach and says his focus is on Nell. Yon fighting and improving every time he steps into the cage with no interest in outside noise. His message was clear: discipline and focus always come first, no matter what happens inside the cage. Move on to another news. Arman Tsarukyan and Giorgio Pulas appear to have put their issues behind them. During a recent live stream on Kick, the two were seen training together and sharing wrestling techniques in a more friendly and relaxed environment. Good to see you, bro. Are you streaming, or what are you doing? One of them asked while stepping into the session. Streaming right now. Yeah, we're on Kick. Say hit, oh chat, how many followers you got? You got millions, man. Came there. Reply as both sides laughed and interacted casually during the session chat. How are you guys? You're going to teach us some good stuff. It came to learn, one of them said, showing respect and interest in training. Yeah, he'll show you how to wrestle, came their response as they began working through techniques in real time. Oh, maybe show me like a headlock or something. Yeah, he'll show, and you gotta show me the one technique how you do the thing. He'll show you, a got you, brother, let's do it. They continued exchanging ideas as the session turned into a technical breakdown of movement and positioning in wrestling. You put your like a punch, and then you go here, that's right, because the trick to it is when you're in here, it's step behind. So a lot of people, they throw it sideways, right? So I know you like to go here. Yeah, that's why, is which my stance. I know it felt there, so I'm throwing it that way. Let's go, guys, but you got to the leg to right, yeah, so from here to here, the most important you, and then you go right. Yep, dude, you got it. That's pretty good. Yeah, you got the right directions. You pull up, go here, and then boom, that's it. You did it like that. The exchange highlighted a positive shift between the Etways. They focused on learning and improving rather than past tension. Both athletes showed respect for each other's skill sets and appeared comfortable sharing knowledge on live stream. The training sessionals so gave fans a raw look into real-time technique discussion between high-level fighters, combining striking setups and wrestling entries in a collaborative environment. Viewers watched as Arman and Giorgio refined movements, footwork, and timing while maintaining a friendly atmosphere throughout the stream. The interactions suggested that why previous issues between them have now been resolved or set aside in favor of mutual respect and learning. As the session continued, both sides kept building combinations and reacting to each other's adjustments, showing clear engagement in the training process and a strong willingness to exchange ideas inside the gym, setting this moment to doubt as a reminder that behind competition fighters often share respect and understanding when it comes to the craft of mixed martial arts, and continuous improvement inside the sport remains the priority for both them, moving forward in their respective careers. Move on to another news. Ilya discusses his altercation with Josh Hokit at the UFC White House press conference. Ilya says Josh is lucky there was security present because he would have gotten hurt. Otherwise, he emphasized that the situation escalated quickly during the event and tensions were high between both sides, according to Ilya. The moment could have turned physical if not for immediate intervention from security staff. He explained that he did not back down from the confrontation and made it clear that respect must be maintained in any competitive environment, especially at major UFC media events. Ilya added that he was focused on representing himself strongly and standing his ground, while also acknowledging that emotions can run high in such settings. She said the altercation did not change his mindset, but instead reinforced his confidence going forward. Josh Hokit was mentioned as being part of the heated exchange, but no further physical escalation occurred. After security stepped in, Ilya stated that he remains fully focused on competition and preparation despite the incident and views it as part of the intense atmosphere surrounding UFC media appearances. She reiterated that he is always ready for confrontation, but prefers to let actions inside the cage define everything. The situation at the White House press conference highlighted the intensity that can arise even outside the octagon, where revel rise and emotions often collide in real time. Ilya concluded that he will continue to stay prepared and focused on his career goals moving forward, while reflecting on the importance of maintaining discipline in high-pressure environments. She noted that moments like this are common in combat sports media days, where personalities clash under spotlight. Added that he does not take disrespect lightly, but also understands that security and officials are present to prevent escalation. Ilya said his main priority remains training, improving, and staying ready for upcoming fights, regardless of outside distractions. She explained that the altercation will not affect this preparation or mental focus going into future events, and he continues to view every appearance as an opportunity to show professionalism and control even intensest situations. According to Ilya, respect must always be earned through performance inside the cage and not through verbal exchanges outside of it. He emphasized that the incident is now behind him and that he is fully locked in on what comes next, and he is not allowing anything external to interfere with his goals. So a performance mindset. The closed by reiterating that every challenge outside the cage only strengthens his resolve to compete at the highest level and continue building his legacy in Emma. Move on to another news. Jon Jones ran into Tsarukyan last night and praised him for the content that has been doing with Ngannou drama. He told him of all the content you're putting out, it's great, showing clear respect and appreciation for his recent work in media and wrestling-related content. Jon Jones appeared relaxed and supportive during the interaction, speaking positively about Arman's growing presence outside of competition. Headed that he would love to attend Arman's next wrestling event and showed genuine interest in being present at future showcases of his training and grappling development. He would love to be at your next wrestling event. The said expressing enthusiasm for the idea. Yeah, he'll be there. Good luck came. Their responses, both athletes shared a brief but respectful exchange. The moment highlighted a friendly interaction between two high-level figures in combat sports, where mutual respect was clearly present despite their different paths in the sport. Jon Jones acknowledged Arman's efforts and consistency in building his brand and staying active in the grappling scene. Ilya also showing support for his competitive journey. Arman responded positively to the encouragement and welcomed the idea of Jon Jones attending future events. The exchange ended on a respectful note, with both sides wishing each other well and maintaining a calm and professional tone throughout the conversation. This brief encounter quickly gained attention among fans, as it showed a different side of competitive athletes outside of fights, where respect and admiration can still exist between top-level competitors. The interactional soar and forced hoe. Double fighters from different divisions and backgrounds often recognize each other's work ethic and contributions to the sport, even without being direct opponents. The moment was seen as a positive example of sportsmanship within a culture, where respect can be shared openly despite intense competition inside the cage and training environments. Both athletes continued on their respective paths after the conversation, but the exchange left a strong impression on fans who appreciated their respectful tone and mutual acknowledgement between Jon Jones and Arman Tsarukyan and Republic's interaction that reflected professionalism and admiration within the sport.